Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to talk to you all about crystals, from what they are, how to use them and benefit from them, how to cleanse them and activate them for your use, and also what crystals I recommend for when you're starting out your collection. So this is just a whole complete beginner's 101 guide all about crystals and everything that you'll need to know to start using them. Before we start, I just want to let you know that I have done a crystal healing diploma. I've completed the whole course and I'm just waiting for my results to get back to me. But all the results that have already got back to me, I've achieved distinctions in them. So yeah, all of this knowledge that I'm going to tell you today, I have personally accumulated them through my time of using crystals, but I've also gained the knowledge from this course, and I'm very nearly a trained crystal healer, which is really exciting. Crystals are mainly just for my personal use, and I definitely did the course more just for myself, but it is great to have that behind me just so I can, share my crystal knowledge with other people and help them use them too. So I'm not going to blabble on, I'm just going to get straight to it, but please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content and you want to see more. I appreciate you all so much, and yeah, carry on watching if you want to know a bit more about crystals. So I'm not going to bore you with the science, but basically crystals are formed by natural alignments of minerals that have been formed over time. So the reason why crystals are really good for healing is because crystals possess a special quality called the piezoelectric effect, and this basically means that crystals can hold and accumulate electric charge. Crystals and gemstones respond to the electricity in the Earth's energy field. So because of the fact that it's able to hold this electric charge, when a crystal enters your aura, it can change the vibrations of your aura slightly, which adds to the healing property of the crystal, and you can build this electric charge through rubbing. So yeah, if a crystal's rubbed, it builds up a tiny electric charge through some of the planes of the crystal. So this is why it's so good, because everything is energy, but crystals especially hold this special energy, and they can really be used to help us and to help us heal and things. Now, each crystal has a different healing property. There's so many crystals and so many different things that crystals do, and because of this electric charge attached to the specific property of the crystals, we can really use them to heal emotional, physical and spiritual things in us, because of we're energy and our vibrations and aura are energy, and the crystal can change and alter that energy accordingly, which is why they're super powerful and just incredible things. So because these crystals have energy and they have been around, some of them for hundreds and thousands of years, they're going to have held and stored energy from all different planes of life. So if someone else holds a crystal, their negative energy will go into it just through what the crystal's been through, its life cycle. It's going to have accumulated all of this energy, which is why it's so important to make sure that you cleanse and clear your crystals every time you get a new one, and also every time that you use it on someone, that someone else touches it or you've just had it for a while. Clearing and cleansing stones is basically a way to bring the crystal back to its original energy. So it's also important to note that if you have a crystal, so the crystal that I'm wearing on my neck, if someone else touches it, that means that some of their energy has been absorbed into the crystal. So the healing that it's specifically doing for me has now kind of tainted it a bit, because it's got a different person's energy on it. Which is why it's really important that if you are going to use crystals for healing specifically, you really need to make sure that every time someone else touches it, you have to cleanse it, which can get really frustrating. And also, you don't want to be that person that is around people that don't really know about crystals, and they're like, oh, that's so pretty, and I'm like, please don't touch my crystals. It's funny now, like everyone in my household knows it and respects it, obviously, but it can be hard. Like, don't worry about it if you really can't get people to stop touching your crystals. Say if you're leaving them out and you live in a house where you've got children, or you're around children, for instance, kids just gravitate towards them and always want to touch them. But don't stress out too much, because it is really easy to cleanse them, but just be mindful that the more people touch them, the more you're going to have to cleanse them. So it's probably best if you just don't let them touch them, but I know that's easier said than done sometimes. But here are some really simple ways that I'm just going to talk you through now on how to cleanse and clear your crystals. So a really super easy and simple way is a water cleanse, which basically means running your crystal under fresh water for 5 minutes. You can use tap water, but if you use tap water, it's recommended to leave it in the fridge for a while just to let the chlorine kind of die out. So if you can use fresh water, specifically natural running water if you have a river or a lake near, but tap water is honestly perfectly fine. You've just got to be careful because each crystal is found somewhere on the hardness scale, so it's made out of different properties. So not all crystals can be immersed into water. So amethyst can, but calcite can't. So just Google before you cleanse your crystals. There's also one which could be really fun, but it can also seem a bit complicated, but it's earth cleansing. The crystals come from the earth, and the earth has magical healing properties. So basically, just bury your crystals under the ground. The only reason I say it's complicated is because you kind of need it to be dry soil, so anywhere that you know isn't going to get wet. So specifically in the summer, just dig a little hole in your garden and put them under the soil. Now you can do this ideally for up to a month, like from each moon cycle, but a week is fine as well. Like I said, some people just want to quickly cleanse their crystals and they don't want to put them underground for a week or a month at a time, but this will really cleanse them and restore them back to that original energy. The next and really easy way of doing a cleanse is a smoke cleanse. So you can use any kind of dry herbs such as sage, sandalwood, Palo Santo, just encase the crystal in the smoke for about 5 minutes, just with the intention of clearing and cleaning the crystal. So when I say with the intention of, as you're burning the smoke and as you're kind of waving it around the crystal, just say, I am using this smoke to cleanse this crystal. I invite this smoke to bring this crystal's energy back to its original state. Just, have it in your mind that you're cleansing it while you do it. Another way that you can do it is through sound, so crystal healing bowls, bells, stuff like that, because of the vibrations of the sound will cleanse the crystal. And two of my favourite ways of doing the crystal cleansing process is on a full moon, because it's just such a ritual for me, and it's so nice to leave my crystals outside to charge and cleanse under the full moon. On a full moon, pop them outside, and if you can, pop them on the earth, because that is, a double kind of grounding and cleansing energy. But just leave them overnight, and then as soon as you wake up in the morning, gather them back and they're all cleansed. And then probably the best and most powerful way to cleanse your crystals is actually through a sunlight cleanse, because the sun is known as the giver of life, and it holds this prana energy, which is this life force energy. So if you basically just put your crystals outside in the sun, just as you would sunbathe, you are letting that life force energy go into the crystals, and you're really gonna cleanse and energize those crystals. So that is a few ways to cleanse them, really easy. And like I said, you're going to want to cleanse them as soon as you get your crystal, as soon as someone else touches them, if you use them for healing work on other people, also if you use them for healing work on yourself and you don't want the negative energy in it, and also just every now and then when you've had them for a long time. Okay, so once the crystals are cleansed and they're back to their original energy, this is where you really want to use that energy to work for you. So a way to do this is what you call activating them, or setting your intentions to them. Because some of them have been around for thousands of years, you want to attune the crystals to your vibration, because they would have been in contact with so many different vibrations. And now that they're in your hands, you want to attune them to your vibration. You can do this by touching them and holding them and just entering them into your aura, and they will pick up on your vibrations. It really is as simple as that. Just going to use my unakite for example. Just hold them, rub them. Every time that I kind of rub them, I am putting my energy onto them, and I am kind of awakening their energy and getting them in my aura. And that is what you want to do as much as you can. You can literally leave it at that. As long as you know this crystal does this for me and I am touching it, I'm wearing it, that is enough. There's nothing like exceptionally complicated about using crystals in your life. And obviously you can go a bit more advanced and do different techniques and things, but that is as simple as it is. You just want to touch them, hold them, get them in your aura, get them in your energy, and really attune them to your vibration. So when you say charging crystals, it really means that crystals can be charged with energy, and that energy does come from you. You want to program your crystals with intentions. So like I said, each crystal has a certain property, but you definitely choose the intention of the crystal. So I have, a collection of crystals. These aren't all of them, but I'm not going to use all of these crystals at a time, because they all do different things, and I'm going to want different things at different parts of my life. So here I've got a rose quartz It's quite pale and it's wrapped because I like to wear my crystals. Decide what crystal you want to program with an intention. You've really got to decide what you want out of crystals at the moment in your life. If I want to invite self-love, love in general, a new lover, which I don't obviously have with mine, but you know, just sparking love in every part of your life, I would choose rose quartz to set my intention to. But if you really aren't sure what stone to choose and you have got a couple of stones in your collection, a way that I really like to do it is go through every single stone and just feel its energy and decide if I want to put my intention and work with them that month or not. So I literally just hold it in my hands and close my eyes and concentrate on what the stone is telling me. Now, you know, you can tell the stone to do stuff for you, but also remember it's got an energy of its own, so feel the energy. Do you think that this would be a good stone? Are you drawn to this stone in particular right now? And if yes, put it to one side, and if no, put it to another. And so then you have a pile of stones that you really like the energy of, and you can choose which one to work on, or you can choose to program all of them with your intentions. And then I'm actually setting an intention to the crystals. So say I chose rose quartz and I want to bring love into my life, specifically self-love, which is what rose quartz is specifically great for. I'm just going to meditate on it. You know, breathe in through your nose, out through the mouth, concentrate on the crystal and what you want it to do for you. As you breathe in, visualize what your life would be like living with the crystal doing what it's doing to you. So I breathe in and I'm feeling what it feels like to be so full of self-love, and every time I breathe out I'm imparting the intention onto the crystal, and you just want to keep on doing this until you really feel that this crystal is programmed with that intention. Now you can reinforce this every now and then, so you can go back to it and keep on doing that, but that is mainly for you because the crystal is not going to forget that, obviously, unless it's been touched by someone else. But the crystal isn't going to forget the intention, but it's more for you to just reinforce it for yourself, because also it is important that you have it in your mind and you know that this is working for you, because it's that whole law of attraction vibration thing. If you believe it's working for you, it will. So the crystal isn't going to forget, but you can do this, say like once a month if you want to. And as you're doing this, you want to say, I ask that this crystal will assist me on healing of all levels for my highest good, or I ask that this crystal will assist me in bringing self-love to my life in all levels for my highest good, etc, etc. So that's how you can kind of ask for the intention. And then yeah, once you've got that crystal is tuned and programmed, cleansed, and it's going to work for that specific thing that you've asked for. And then once you have got a crystal that is programmed to your intention, you want to know how to use it. Like I said before, hold them, have them in your space, wear them. You can meditate with them, so every time that you meditate, have it in your hand. You don't even have to do a specific meditation for the crystal, you can just have the crystal there, or you can be thinking about what the crystal's doing for you as you do it. When I'm working, I like to have a citrine next to me because citrine's all about abundance, wealth, success. I like to sleep with selenite under my pillow, which is all about purification and clarity. You can journal with them, so I'll have them around me when I'm journaling. Sometimes I'll journal about them. I'll also use them in rituals, so full moon rituals, self-care rituals, all that stuff. And that is basically how you use crystals. It's really simple, we don't need to overcomplicate it. It is just, you know, knowing what they're doing for you and just feeling them around and feeling their energy and just incorporating them into your life as much as you can. Pop them in your purse, on your bedside table. You can also get crystal infused water bottles. You can make crystal elixirs, so drink water infused with the crystal's energy, just stuff like that. Pop them in your bath if they can be wet. And that is basically how you use crystals. So you can get crystals online. You can also get them in store. Now I recommend you getting them in store because it is all about energy, and you do really want to go into a store and just have an open mind and see what crystal is gravitating towards you and see what you are drawn towards. towards, because that is probably the crystal that you need right now. But obviously if you do want a specific crystal for a specific purpose, you can definitely just find them online. There's so many crystal sellers. Try and get them from independent sellers if you can. Lots of crystal sellers also, you know, Reiki their crystals first, or infuse them and charge them and just send out good energy with them. So yeah, just search around and find a store or a website that really resonates with you, and it's really as simple as that. So now on how to build your collection and what crystals do I start with, how do I know what crystals to get. Like I said, they all have individual properties, so definitely just think, what do you want out of life right now? What are you missing? What do you want help with? And Google specific properties that specific crystals are for, and that's how you can choose your crystals. But probably the best way to have kind of a generic sort of full collection for beginners is getting a crystal of each colour of the chakra. So chakra in Sanskrit means wheel of light. And basically chakras are just energy portals in the body, and they basically circulate energy around the body. They're laid out down the centre of the body. They are coloured as the 7 colours of the spectrum or the rainbow. When chakras are clean and free and unblocked, they promote spiritual, intellectual, physical and emotional well-being. But if it is blocked, it can affect your ability to function properly in these areas of your life, which is why I say get a crystal for each colour of the chakra, because most of the time when you're suffering from something, it is because that particular chakra is blocked. So the best way is to use that crystal to really help you unblock those chakras. So from the bottom we have root chakra, and this is red, and it's all about basic trust and grounding. And then we have the sacral chakra, which is orange, and it's all about sexuality, creativity. Then we have the solar plexus, and this is yellow, and this is all about confidence, the fire of life. Then we have the heart, which is green, and it's all about love and healing. Then we have the throat chakra, which is blue, and this is all about communication. We have the third eye chakra, which is indigo, and this is about awareness, psychicness and having a developed intuition. And then we have crown chakra, which is a violet colour, and it's all about spiritual evolution. If you're really stuck on what crystals to get, the colours of the chakra will resonate with the colours of the crystals. All of the crystals that are blue in my collection, I know that they promote communication, whether this is communicating through my art, communicating my creativity, just setting boundaries. So that is how you can kind of differentiate between what crystals do. Even if you don't even know what the crystal is, say you have a crystal in your collection, you really don't know what it is or what it does, a way to just use it on a basic level is to just check the colour, check what chakra it corresponds with, and see what that does. And for the most part, crystals can be grouped in the chakra colours, and they'll give a similar kind of energy, similar healing properties. Although each crystal is specific in what it does, that is kind of a basic knowledge on how to understand the crystal colour therapy with the chakras. So yeah, if you are going to start out, I recommend you having a clear quartz. Quartz are the most common and most popular, but also one of the best crystals in my opinion. Like I said, definitely get a rose quartz, but also clear quartz is probably vital in a beginner's collection, because clear quartz is known as the master healer. It has the optimum amount of vibrations than all of the crystals, and you can also use it to cleanse your crystals, but also to attune whatever intention you want. You can pop it in a clear quartz. So I have a clear quartz wand, which I don't know where it is right now, it will be somewhere around the house. But I also have a geode. Now I have my own geode at home, but I'm currently at my boyfriend's. So this is a geode that is at his. It's just beautiful. Like I said, crystals are rock, so this was obviously found underground and opened, and inside you have this like magical, beautiful interior. Definitely start out with a clear quartz, and then if you can and have the ability, definitely just start your collection with getting 1 or 2 crystals from each chakra. So for the crown, go for clear quartz. Amethyst is also a really great one. And for the third eye, I've got lapis lazuli, which is one of my favorites. It's such a beautiful stone, and this can also be used for the throat chakra, so a lot of crystals have a couple of chakras. For the throat, you want to use something like blue lace agate or amazonite, which is currently downstairs because my boyfriend is wrapping it so I can wear it. And then for the heart chakra, rose quartz, like I said, or green aventurine, solar plexus. You can use a citrine. I think citrine is also one of the crystals that you definitely need in your collection. It's just so beautiful, and it's all about abundance and literally anything. Abundance in wealth, in success, in happiness, in love. Like, it's just a stone of abundance, which I think is super versatile and definitely something that beginners will probably thrive with. And for the sacral chakra, we've got carnelian, and also tiger's eye is sacral. And then for the root chakra, carnelian is also root, or you can use something like red jasper. So I'm going to pop all of those names on screen. If you wanted just some ideas of what crystals to start out with, just get one from each chakra, that would be great. Or like I said, get a couple of crystals for the things that you want help with most in your life. So that really is the basic knowledge of crystals and how you can use them. Crystals are honestly so sacred and special to me, and they've brought so much love and abundance into my life, and it's just so nice to kind of coexist with so much magic on a daily basis. I really recommend The Crystal Code by Tamara Dryson. I don't know how to say it, but that is a great book with just a great wealth of knowledge on crystals. And yeah, if you do want any specific videos on crystals, I can do them. I can do my crystal collection, and I've also, in the course that I've done, there was a lot more information about lots of different things, and I just wanted to kind of find all the basic stuff and pop it in so you know how to start with crystals. But yeah, if you've got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit, or even just kind of it gave you a nudge to start using crystals. Crystals honestly are for absolutely everyone. You don't need to be specifically crazily spiritual. It really is just like your best friend, just giving you a boost of anything that you're missing. Once you start embedding them into your everyday life, you'll be amazed at the abundance of stuff that it's brought. It's brought me so much power and love and miracles, and it attracts all the blessings that I want. And you know, I really make sure to take care of them and to respect them, because I know that they hold so much energy and they are to be respected. So yeah, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below your thoughts, what your favourite crystal is. Please give me a subscribe if you want to see more content. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful, wonderful energy with me, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.